Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Sierra.
I was late as a motherfucker.
It's a pregnant pause.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
All
and,
right.
and today we are going to be giving you guys our personal top 10 sitcoms of all times. Now, sitcoms have been a staple of television since the 1950s, providing audiences with countless hours of laughter and entertainment. From family sitcoms to workplace comedies, these shows have captured our hearts and tickled our funny bones. Today, we'll be counting down our top 10 favorite sitcoms, as well as giving a couple of honorable mentions. Hopefully, these guys remember their honorable mentions.
Mhm.
So, we've compiled a list that we believe that they're the cream of the crop based on their impact on the genre, their cultural significance, and of course, their ability to make us laugh. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, and get ready to take a trip down memory lane as we explore some of the greatest sitcoms of all time. Whether you're a fan of classic comedies or more modern shows, we've got something for everyone. One of you guys want to start us off?
Sure, I'll
Go
do
ahead.
it. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Number 10. We have placed this sitcom at number 10. It's Married with Children. The show was on from 1987 to 1997, so good 10-year run. It follows the lives of of the dysfunctional Bundy family. The show's humor and let me start over. The show's humor was controversial for its time, and it faced criticism from conservative groups. However, it gained a loyal following and is now considered a cult classic. Did you know that the show was initially rejected by several networks before finally being picked up by Fox? The show's creator, Michael G. Morey, said that he was inspired by his own family and the dysfunctional marriages he observed in his neighborhood. Yeah, that it's definitely a dysfunctional family to say the least. What did you guys think of the TV show Married with Children?
I
I
enjoyed it a
mean,
lot.
it was good. I mean, it made number 10 for a reason because we felt like there was nine others that are better. But I think it definitely deserves to be in the top 10, and it's more of that like down to earth, like you can sit in your living room and be like, hey, I've done that, or I know somebody that's done that kind of thing.
Yeah, Raj.
I mean, I like it a lot because it broke a lot of the tropes and norms of sitcoms. Instead of being a happy family going through random occurrences and stuff that happens to them, this is already a dysfunctional family. There's not a sense of family, but they are family. Overall, it's just stuff like that. So it wasn't the norm, which was I enjoyed myself.
Yeah. Al Bundy, definitely a very sarcastic character, someone who is we all know somebody like an Al Bundy. Hell, some of us may even grow up to one day be an Al Bundy.
I'm an Al Bundy.
Um I know you are, asshole. But he would, like he would like Peggy would walk in and she'd be like, "Hello, honey, did you miss me?" With every bullet so far. Just little stuff like shit that wouldn't really normally make you laugh, but it's like I can imagine myself saying some shit like this, especially when he's in the because he works at a shoe store and he has to, find shoes for. And most of the women that did come in, which I guess this is where the controversy comes in because they say, oh, he's fat phobic or he's, different things of that nature and stuff. But you got to admit, a lot of the things that he said, I mean, it was like, I'm going to laugh. I feel bad, but I'm going to laugh at this pretty much.
I mean, it was essentially an '80s show in the '90s.
Yep.
I'm sorry, a '90s show in the '80s. It started in the late '80s, but they already had that sense of what the '90s was going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So
Uh,
if we're done talking about Married with Children, let's move on to the very next one on the list. Which one you guys want to take this one?
Go ahead, Chip.
All right. So next up on the list is Martin. Now Martin ran from 92 to 97, so not very long. But it starred comedian Martin Lawrence as a radio DJ in Detroit. It was known for its hilarious characters and catchphrases. And a little tidbit of information that you may not know, but the show's opening credits were filmed in Martin Lawrence's hometown of Washington, D.C., and the show's popularity led to a spin-off called Going for Mine, which would have focused on Martin's friend Bruh Man, but the spinoff was never produced. I think that would have been hilarious had they produced that.
Fucking thunder. All right, the house
Say
is
what?
shaking. The house is shaking. It's fine. It's
Oh,
just thunder.
okay.
I didn't know they were going to do a random spinoff.
No, I think that would have been cool though.
Yeah, for sure. But no, this obviously was the sitcom that really gave Martin Lawrence his overall popularity. Yeah, he was a big Def Jam comic at the point, but this really put him out there in the mainstream of people to see him.
Right.
Great cast overall.
Yeah.
Tackled some serious stuff here and there, but overall did it in a sitcom way of, a serious matter, but, sort of tackling it with laughter and hopefully it doesn't get overly serious and stuff like that.
No. I didn't think it got too overly serious, but there was some real
Serious
shit
moments
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I wasn't like a big fan of Martin. I mean, I watched it, when it was on TV or whatever. There was a block of shows that happened. It was Martin, and then it was the Wayans brothers, and then it was two other shows. I can't remember.
In Live in Color.
In Live in Color, and then there was another show.
A Different World.
Different World, yeah. Because it was that small little block of shows that came on. I can't remember what network it was. I want to say it was
UPN.
It was UPN. There you go. It's UPN. Back when UPN existed.
Actually, it was WB before.
WB, yeah.
I would think it was WB.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I would catch like the tail end of Martin, or I would see the beginning of it, and I'd just watch a couple of episodes. But it was funny. It just the dynamic that Martin had with Tommy and all them. It was just a funny show to watch.
Oh yeah. Definitely one of my favorites. Hence why it's in the top 10.
Yep. All right. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the one I'm gonna be reading next. There is a grammatical error that I have to fix because that bugs me so much.
I'm so sorry.
There you go. Yep. I see it. I see what he's talking about. Yep.
My grammar Nazism.
I'm so sorry that I typed out a whole script for
no,
you.
No.
Grammatical error.
No. You were supposed to triple check this.
Hell, Vince McMahon would have fired you by now. What do you mean there's not an N at the end of this word?
He can't spell.
Not now, he can't.
All right, so next on the list, we have Family Matters. Debuted in 1989 and finished up in 1998. I didn't realize it ran that long, to be honest.
I didn't either.
So initially focused on the Winslow family, but it sort of gained its popularity once the character of Steve Urkel was introduced. Now, the nerdy character became a cultural icon, and his catchphrase, "Did I do that?" is still remembered today. Did you know that the show was a spinoff of the sitcom Perfect Strangers? I did actually know that.
I did.
Yeah. But the character Harriet Winslow was actually originally an elevator operator in the Perfect Strangers building. But no, this show, I think this show was one of the first ones that really tackled a lot of social situations and problems that still unfortunately go on to this day.
Yes.
But no, it was one of the first ones to do that, especially because it was a primetime show for a while. It actually had enough popularity.
It was on TGIF.
Yep, they had enough popularity to actually be on the primetime slots, and I guess the writers actually took advantage of that to bring social awareness up in the right way, not being stupid about it like some people do nowadays.
Yeah, I think one of the most like impactful episodes was when
His
Carl's
son
son,
gets pulled
yeah,
over. Yeah.
yep, and
Yeah, man.
The
you
police
know,
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, the
yep,
police episode. Yeah,
I,
man.
I I definitely like the.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of the more impactful. I mean, there was a lot of impactful episodes, but that, and then the continuous dealing of like Steve Urkel not wanting to be a nerd anymore, so he creates the machine that turns him into
Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan. Yeah.
Stefan Urkel.
Urkel. Yeah. And then they also, I mean, and there was a couple of other episodes. I mean, I remember one very specific episode about um Laura Winslow was wanting to do like a Black History course, and then there was one episode where she slammed her locker door, and somebody had spray painted the N-word on her locker, and that was like, what the fuck, you know? And then it was the whole thing about, you know, but basically it tackled a racial issue without going full-fledged with it, because then it was like once they got into this classroom and they seen a lot of the things that African Americans have contributed to society, a lot of people were like, man, this is, you know, really bringing everybody together and really trying to create unity more than separation, you know. And that was, and then there was always the ongoing relationship between Laura and Steve.
Stefan.
Well, Laura, Steve, Stefan, then you throw Myra in there as well. You know, a lot of people is like, well, look at it. You have to look at it from two different perspectives. You have Myra, who loves Steve with all her heart, but she's a little bit fucking crazy. And
A little.
I'm being.
Bro,
Do you remember me?
She was batshit crazy.
She was psycho. Okay, she's a fucking psychopath. Okay, but she loved him. She loved this motherfucker. And then you got Laura, who would only love Steve if he changed who he was.
I go crazy for you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, which side do you really go with? You know, but of course, if you've seen the show, spoiler alert for a show that ended back in '98.
I'm gonna say this show's almost as old. Like, the show is older than me technically, but
I know. Yeah, I know. You young buck, you. But no, but eventually, it's like she finally accepts him because it's like she can't imagine her life without him, because he's been such an integral part of her life, especially all through high school and the college and all these other different things. So yeah, it was, and then you had all these amazing other characters. I mean, obviously, you know, Harriet Winslow was the one because it was from the TV show Perfect Strangers, but Carl was also hilarious anytime he'd get mad and yell at Steve for some dumb shit that Steve had done.
Is he the best sitcom dad?
Ooh.
That's the question.
If he's not, he's definitely in the top three. I know many people.
I would say he's on the Mount Rushmore of TV dads.
Yeah, like
we'll go Mount Rushmore,
he's either one or two for me.
He's one or two for me as well. And well, I mean, depending on other TV dads that we're going to talk about later on the list, I mean, he may be number one in some people's eyes now.
Well, he's better than Al Bundy for sure.
He's definitely better than Al Bundy. Definitely better than Al Bundy.
Yes.
You know, but yeah.
But I guess we can go ahead and smooth our way over to number 7 on the list.
Yeah, smooth all the way to number 7.
Which is you, Talon.
That'd be you, Talon.
Yeah, it is me. Okay, cool.
Yes.
The next. Shut up, fucker. All right, so number 7 on the list is Roseanne. From 1988 to 1997, Roseanne was created by and starred comedian Roseanne Barr, and it follows the lives of the blue-collar Connor family. The show tackled controversial topics such as racism, abortion, and domestic violence, and it was praised for its realistic portrayal of a working-class family. Did you know that the show's Halloween episodes were some of the most popular? Each year, the show would have a special Halloween-themed episode where the characters would dress up in elaborate costumes and play pranks on each other.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I wasn't a big fan of Roseanne. I know of Roseanne, and I've seen a couple of episodes here and there, but I wasn't like, it wasn't anything that I sought after. You know what I mean? And I mean, it was a good show when I watched it. Just to me, it was good. I'll go as far as say that good.
Well, I'm a big John Goodman mark.
Goodman, yeah. John Goodman was probably the reason why a lot of people did watch it, because John Goodman was just a really, really good character.
Well, and the way that him and Roseanne played off of each other was really good.
Yeah, their dynamic chemistry was so good.
Yeah, I think Dan Connor is on the Mount Rushmore of TV dads.
He has to be up there.
Yes, I'll say so. Sure, I guess I'll throw it out there.
But yeah, I love Roseanne. I still watch it to this day, and I also watch the spinoff, The Connors. It's really good too.
Did you watch the reunion?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, Roseanne. It was so good because the family was a good, like the quintessential working class family. Worked really well together.
Mm-hmm.
Did go through real life situation struggles like, are we gonna have enough money for the bills? Are we gonna have money for food? Shit like that. Like you wouldn't really think.
Yeah.
Sitcom family would really tackle because, cheerful and happy and shit, but nah.
Right. Yeah. But then one more thing about Dan. The one episode where Jackie, like her boyfriend has like beat her, and she's a police officer.
Yeah.
In the show, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. He was just mad that day or whatnot." And Roseanne's like, "Jackie, stop! Like you're a police officer. What would you think if a victim told you that? Like, what's that?" And then Dan walks in and it's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Kind of nonchalant. Yeah. And Roseanne was like, I can't remember the guy's name. She had several boyfriends on the show.
Yeah.
But I can't remember that particular character's name. And Roseanne was like, "Oh, he's beating her." And Jackie's like, "Dan, please don't do anything." Roseanne takes her into the living room and just kind of, it's just almost in passing, but the camera pans and you see Dan grab his jacket and walk out the door.
Yep. And we don't hear from him again.
Never.
That boyfriend was gone.
Yes. Which is something that I think, like I would do, I think you guys would do as well. Yep. You don't even have to ask, like it's taken care of.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So, but moving on to the next one on the list, we're going to talk about
best place to hide a body is if you actually go to the cemetery when they have an open grave and you actually dig a little bit further and then you put a little bit more, you put the body in there and you put more dirt on it, so it's still 6 feet, but they can't tell. I'm not saying I would know or anything like that.
The views expressed on Movement Radio are those of the individual and not necessarily those of the company.
Am I wrong about hiding the dead body?
You're not wrong, but I'm just saying, yeah, it's like, hey, so how'd you learn how to hide this dead body? Heard it on Movement Radio. Oh God!
Out of all the crazy stuff they heard here, I don't think them finding out how to bury a dead body is gonna be some of the worst.
I don't think that one's gonna be it.
You know what? That's a damn good point. That's a good point. We've said some wild shit.
That's what we do.
I have never said anything wild.
But anyway, moving on to the next show. Moving on to the next show on our list. This is a show that aired from 1984 to 1992, and we're going to talk about The Cosby Show. So obviously, it starred comedian Bill Cosby as Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable, a successful physician and father of 5. The show was groundbreaking for its time, and it was one of the very first shows to feature an all-black family in a positive light. However, the show's legacy has been tarnished a little bit because of Bill Cosby's sexual assault allegations.
Alleged, yeah.
I said allegations.
I know.
But did you know that the theme song, Kiss Me, was actually written by Bill Cosby himself and performed by Bobby McFerrin, and became a #1 hit on its own?
Wow. I did not know he wrote it.
I didn't know. Yeah, me neither. I didn't even know. Yeah. Excuse me. Like I didn't know about the Bobby McFerrin deal either. I was like, oh shit.
So that's that. But what do you guys think about the Cosby Show? I really enjoyed it, and I'm really upset that I can't find it anywhere to stream or anything. Like I can't find it.
Well, yeah, everybody took it off, unfortunately. Is it on YouTube?
It might be on YouTube. I haven't checked there.
But God.
but yeah, I personally enjoy the Cosby Show, and I'm one of those rare people that I can differentiate between like the character that's portrayed on screen and the real life person. Like,
Yep.
if Bill Cosby did what has been accused of, fuck Bill Cosby. But I want to watch Heathcliff Huxtable. That's what I want to watch.
Growing up, this show, probably for a lot of people, was like Heathcliff was probably a lot of people's actual dad for their growing up situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he was an amazing father, obviously on the Mount Rushmore of sitcom or television dads. Mm-hmm. A fucking shit ton of lessons learned from this show.
Yes.
Even teaching people how to drive, because I mean they have the episode where they're trying to teach
was it? Yeah, it was Theo, right?
Theo. I want to call him Malcolm.
Theo,
that's his real name.
Malcolm Jamal Warner. Yeah.
I was like, it's not fucking Malcolm. That's his real name. Like, what is Theo? Theo. But no, like he teaches him how to drive and everything. Like just straight up, just an episode about teaching him how to drive. And they do it. They do it in a comedic way, obviously, but they still do it in the way you learn how to drive. Like it's really done right.
Yeah, and the fact is, the Cosby Show is such iconic that even in like later sitcoms that came out much later make references to the Cosby Show, as part of like a story, as part of like a joke or something like that. I think it was in an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. God, what was his name? Malcolm.
He's in there.
Malcolm Warner played Hillary Banks's boyfriend. He was like, "Oh, it's good to see all the family together. I thought that only happened on the Cosby Show." And they keep they
and he does the wink towards the fourth camera or the fourth wall.
The fourth wall. Yeah.
Yep.
They did a couple of wink and nods on that show.
Shit. We didn't was it a different world, a spinoff from this?
Yes, I believe it was.
Because I feel like it was. I never actually got to watch A Different World when it first came out, but it's on HBO, or Max, depending on when this comes out.
Right.
But no, it did. Yes, for like Chip said, what the stuff outside of the actual Bill Cosby. If he did it, he did it. Piece of shit. If he didn't do it, his legacy started regardless, which sucks. But that doesn't take away from what the show was to so many people growing up. I mean, that show, it may have ended in, what did it say, 98 or 92? Sorry.
Yeah.
I remember watching that way into my late teens. Like, it was still on air consistently. Thanks to old Nick at Night.
Night. I
would go to sleep to the Cosby Show. Yeah. So Bill Cosby put everybody to sleep.
Yep. Man.
Yes, he went there.
Yes, that happened. Yes.
God, you're going to hell.
That happened. I had to find a way. Had to find a way.
All right.
I'm guessing I'm next on the list, right? Yeah.
I guess. Go ahead.
So moving on we're down to top 5. So we're about to get really, really, really hectic in this one.
Yes.
Number 5 on the list was Reba. It ran from 2001, ended in 2007, but it starred country goddess Reba McEntire as a single mother of 3 dealing with the aftermath of the divorce. Oh, excuse me. Now, the show tackled serious issues such as teenage pregnancy, infidelity, and addiction, while also providing plenty of laughs. Now, the show was originally supposed to be was pitched to ABC originally for Dolly Parton. Yet Dolly declined it, and he went to Reba instead.
Thank God.
Yeah, I don't think it would have hit as well if it wasn't Reba. I feel like it was made to be Reba.
Yeah.
But the show is also notable for its talented supporting cast, including Melissa Peterman as Reba's best friend, Barbara Jean. Wasn't even her best friend.
Wasn't best friend. Wasn't her best friend.
Well, they became best friends.
They became best friends.
She hated her. They
hated her guts in the first episode, man.
Well, yeah, because she's the other woman.
Exactly. That's my point.
But no, this show, it made me fucking belly laugh so much. I love this show. Is it on any? I think it's on HBO also. Isn't it?
I think it is.
I might rewatch that tonight. Fucking love this show. I don't know what it is, but Reba's delivery, she for a quote unquote non-trained actress, her fucking delivery on the jokes was so good.
Spot on.
Yes.
And then the boyfriend, what was his name?
The stupid dude.
Van?
Yeah.
Yes.
Van.
Yes.
Cheyenne and Van. Cheyenne was just as dumb and oblivious, though. I mean, she was very.
No, not like Van.
They were
not like Van.
But she was stupid.
It was the perfect combination of stupidity. It's like it's like these are two people who are so dumb. It's like if they get together, what the fuck happens? Okay, well, this is
they made a baby.
You know what I'm saying? They make a baby.
They made a baby.
They made a baby.
Hey,
in the famous words of Carlos Mencia, she's done, he's done, that baby's done. That's it.
Who?
The guy that steals jokes.
Dane Cook?
That out loud.
Dane Cook?
Well, he's one of them.
Amy Schumer.
Okay, there's three of them. Carlos Mencia is still the king of joke stealers. I don't care.
But no, Van, that dude was dumb as a box of rocks.
That's what we're gonna do. That's an idea for us, guys. We're gonna watch all of Mind of Mencia again together.
Why?
Oh yes, we should.
Why?
Mind of Mencia was good.
Oh whoa!
It was.
No. Ooh, I can't say good. It was a show on Comedy Central, but I can't say good.
It's in the lower tier of good, but I could think of a lot worse.
A lot worse shows than Carlos and Mind of
Mencia? Yes.
Bro, talent.
I'm listening.
Go ahead. Don't even try to front. You used to steal Carlos Mencia's jokes all the time when we were riding up and down the roads. And you would use Carlos Mencia jokes to break tension and ice. You was a fan.
Ooh.
I did enjoy Carlos Mencia until I found out that the majority of all the stuff that he said was all stolen material. You know, it'll be like if I tell a joke and you say, "Oh, that's really funny," and then 2 days later you see another person saying the joke exactly the way I said it. Wait, Talon wasn't being original with that joke. Oh shit, Talon, why are you stealing jokes? You know, but I understand what you're talking about. Like, yeah, because a lot of times you will.
It does depend on the delivery of the joke.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, cadence and delivery is all that matters in comedy.
Because Steve Harvey has said that several times. Like two people can tell the exact same joke, and it all depends on the delivery of the joke as to whether it's funny or not.
Right, because a lot of times, most of the time when you're telling a joke, you have to punch up because you're trying to elevate it. But if you punch, it's very difficult to punch down and make people laugh. But the people that can do it, the guys like Sam Kinison could do it, Louis C.K. could do it. You know, there's several comedians that. What'd you say, Raj? I didn't hear you.
Canceled.
Who, Louis C.K. got canceled?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
For beating me.
Lenny Bruce could do it. You know, Lenny Bruce could punch down and still be funny. You know, Ron White can punch down and be funny. You know,
by punch down, explain that to people.
Punch down means you're telling jokes. It's like dark humor. It's like the dark comedy, but you say it in a way to where it's like if you're punching up, it's like okay, it's either self-deprecation or you're trying to make people laugh over general ideas and stuff. But punching down is like you're saying, okay, like for example, Daniel Tosh punches down a lot because he talks about subjects that shouldn't be funny, but somehow he makes them funny, and you feel bad for laughing, but it's still funny. And again, it's what Chip was talking about, how you deliver the joke, your cadence, your styling, your delivery of the joke, which allows you to say, okay, I feel bad for laughing at this. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean by punching down. Like, you're saying something like, I want to laugh, but damn it, I feel bad if I laugh because it's funny, but you're talking about something that shouldn't be funny. Does that make sense?
So my style of comedy, people.
Yes.
Yeah. So anything like a Daniel Tosh or a Ricky Gervais or an Anthony Jeselnik, something like that.
God, Anthony Jeselnik. God, I love him so much. That man makes me look like a fucking saint.
Yes, he does.
I wish I could get to his level of just the purest dark humor.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, though, is like if you ever I watched an interview that he did with Talib Kweli on the People Party podcast, and he mentioned where his comedy came from and stuff. And I'm not going to spoil it here. You guys go check it out. It's a great episode of the podcast. But yeah,
Don't be sending people to other people's podcasts.
Yeah,
they only need to listen to ours.
Spoil the podcast.
Fuck their podcast.
I'm not going to say that now. It's a good podcast.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's a good podcast.
It's a good podcast. I'm not going to say that now because we may be on it one day, so I'm not going to say that.
I'm about to say you got heat with Tyler Kweli. I mean,
no, I have heat with everybody that's not Movement Radio.
Oh, okay. Hey, we got heat. Whoa, hey, over here trying to make yourself the Brock Lesnar podcasting.
That's right.
I mean, we can.
Hey, I'm like Sharon, Billy Pistols over here.
Such a stupid fucking alter ego.
It is. Well, what was Disaster's name in that movie? What was it?
I don't
Megaton or something like that.
Yeah, Megaton.
Yeah, Megaton.
I actually haven't watched it yet. I know you said it.
It's free on
really good.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you said it, but I just haven't watched it yet.
Right.
But catching up on my anime.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, we go from Reba to the very
to Anthony Jeselnik. Oh, sorry.
No, we're not doing Anthony Jeselnik.
Did you ever watch this show? That show was fucking great.
I've seen a couple of his stand-up specials, but I haven't actually seen his actual episode. Huh? Yeah. Just give me about 15 minutes. Should be good. All right. Moving on to the next one. Who's got is it me that's got the next one?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, cool. So the next one we're going to talk about is a little known show. I'll say a little known show. It's a real good show from 1993 to 2000. It's Boy Meets World, and it follows the life of teenager Corey Matthews and his friends as they navigate the challenges of adolescence. The show was praised for its realistic portrayal of teenage life as well as its positive messages about friendship, family, and love. Did you know that the show's character of Mr. Feeney, played by William Daniels, was originally meant to be a one-time guest star appearance? However, the character became so popular that he became a regular on the show and was even given his own spin-off show, Girl Meets World.
Well, he was on the spin-off show.
Well, he was on it, spin-off show. Yeah, it was on the spin-off show. Just reading what's in front of me. That being said, guys, how do you feel about Boy Meets World?
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. And I don't think the show would have been. I don't think it would have been the same without Mr. Feeney.
Oh no, for sure not.
Absolutely.
Especially in that last episode where they all walk out of the room together.
No, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. I mean, yeah, because it was so. Excuse me. That moment where he's sitting there, he's doing this whole speech. And then he just he says class dismissed, and there's like nobody in the seats. And then it's like, damn, this shit's over. Shit. Like it gets you in the feels and you're like, damn it. But the show overall itself was very, very funny. Very, very good.
My favorite episode is the Scream episode. I don't know if you remember it. Where they're all locked in detention and they're just making fun of like all the crappy 90s and 2000s slashers and generic ones or anything like that.
Yes, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah. I fucking love that episode.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and then of course, obviously, it says it follows the life of Corey Matthews, aka Ben Savage. There was, and of course, I think this is where I think every single one of us, well, I won't say every single one of us, but the majority of teenage boys fell in love with Topanga. Like that was.
Yeah,
like
she was definitely childhood crush number 2.
Childhood crush. Yeah. Amy Jo Johnson.
Jo Johnson.
Yeah, Amy Jo's number 1. Topanga's number 2. It turns out
I didn't even watch anyone, but what was her name?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
What was her character name?
On
Kelly Kapowski.
No, that was Kelly.
Somebody else.
No, that was Kelly. No,
it was Kelly Kapowski. Yeah,
it was Kelly. Yeah, it was Kelly.
That's
I was
right.
thinking,
Yeah.
I was thinking.
You were thinking
blonde one.
Slater's girlfriend.
Yeah, the blonde with the curly hair. Now, I
The
can't
one
think
that
of
did
her name.
Showgirls.
Yeah, the one that did Showgirls. Yeah. Why the fuck? can't I remember?
Showed her goodies everywhere after Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna launch my career. Yep, straight down the poop chute.
It's a fucking 3 hour long movie, and I was like, bro, this shit takes forever.
Just show titties. That's all you got to do. It's a movie about strippers.
She didn't have to. She was an exotic dancer. She didn't even have to get naked. Like, I just want to see the movie because I was like, oh, this should be a good movie. Got her. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's a fucking 45-hour journey for no reason at all.
Elizabeth Berkley. That's the
Yes.
girl. Elizabeth Berkley. Yeah, she played. Who did she play on the show? I gotta go down here and fucking find it. She played. Just click on her fucking name. Why not? Yeah, she played.
Lisa?
No,
No,
it wasn't
that's,
Lisa.
That's a black girl. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Jessica.
She played Jessie. Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. What was the episode where she got addicted to those pills?
Oh
And
yeah.
what was the song she sang? Gosh dang it. I was thinking about it. I sing it all the time, randomly, even though I didn't watch the fucking movie or the show. I just remember from Zach Morris's Trash.
Zach Morris is trash.
Because it's is where he forces the girls to do the competition, and she's staying up all night singing. Arg.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm so excited. There it is.
He found it.
Was
He
it the
found
Pointer
it. He
Sisters?
found it.
The Pointer
Yeah,
Sisters, though,
yep.
it is?
Yep.
Oh, wait, it
I'm
is
so
the Pointer
excited.
Sisters?
I don't know. It's just the episode where they're trying to do that competition, and she gets addicted to caffeine pills just so she can stay up to do all her homework and get ready for the training. And she just starts singing, "I'm so excited," and she starts crying. And I was like, "Zach Morris is trash."
Zach Morris is trash. Yep.
Yes.
That was season 2. Jesus, he was trash from the jump.
Yes, you already knew this.
Oh.
No, because I didn't actually watch the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you guys
So-
watched the sequel series now?
No, I have not.
Nuh-uh.
I don't know if I haven't
didn't
watched
even
it.
know if
It's
there
on
was
Peacock.
one.
It's on Peacock.
Okay, I didn't know.
So moving on from there to number 3 on our list.
Number
From-
dose.
Huh?
I'm playing with you.
Oh. I was like, hold on, no, I'm not number 2. I should be number 1, but it's okay.
What does it take to be number 1?
2 is not a winner. And 3
3 nobody remembers.
That's right. But everybody
Eh, eh.
remembers me, not you.
Yeah.
So number 3 on the list from 1985. I felt like it ran longer than this.
It was
85 to
definitely
92.
syndicated. It was definitely
Yeah.
syndicated hard.
Yeah, it was.
This is a show that starred Betty White, B. Arthur, Rue McClellan, and Estelle Getty. And if you don't know what we're talking about the Golden Girls.
Thank you for
Being a friend.
Yep.
Whoa, yeah.
Golden Girls was about 4 women living together in a Miami retirement community. The show was known for its quick wit, sharp writing, and strong performances from its cast. Yes, yes,
B. Arthur was a fucking savage, dude. Well, hell, so was Estelle Getty too, man.
Estelle definitely was.
Estelle was a
She was at the age where she didn't give a fuck about nothing.
no.
she
Well,
She's
did
like,
it,
give me
dude.
my money and I'll tell you what the fuck I feel like saying.
Well,
Picture
hold
it.
on. Here you
Sicily,
go.
1931. Go ahead.
Did you know that the show's creator initially wanted Elaine Stritch in the role of Dorothy, played by B. Arthur? However, Stritch turned down the role, and B. Arthur was ultimately cast after a suggestion from the show's casting director. Could you
Interesting.
imagine?
B. Arthur not being on it? Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
But it's like, but see, all 4 of them brought a dynamic to it that made it like Betty White. God bless Betty White. She's one of the goats up there. You
They're all
know,
dead.
yeah, they're all dead. But Betty White, Betty White survived all of them, didn't she?
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
died like a year or two ago.
Was it a year ago?
I don't think it was 2023, was it?
I
think
thought
No,
it was
it
20. I thought it was 2020 or 2021
Nah,
when she died.
I
I'll
think
look
it
it up
was.
real quick.
So I said a
think it
year or
was like
two.
December of 21, January of 22, somewhere right around there.
December 31st, 2021.
That's
So
right.
She died.
New Year's Eve of 2021.
Damn, Betty couldn't even make it past midnight.
Nope.
Betty White was my hall pass.
Yeah.
She still could be mine.
I'm just saying, like
I'm
that
just
was
saying.
my one hall pass.
Betty White.
No, I'm saying she could still be my hot ass. Turn them guts up regardless.
Yes. I'm not sure she has guts anymore, but okay.
You ever heard the song "A Vulgar Picture" by Black Dahlia Murder?
No, I'm not a
Listen
fan
to
of
it.
them.
It's about you. It's about what you just said.
Okay.
Necrophiliacs?
Yeah.
Are you kink shaming me?
No, I'm not king shaming nobody.
Hold on, time
You
out.
do
because
you, boo boo.
you-
You do
you-
you.
You kink shame the furries.
Yeah.
I'm not
Why
kink
do you kink shame the furries?
I never king shamed. All I said was like furries. That's all I said.
No, that is
You
not
guys
all
fucking
you
ran
said.
with that shit.
That
Y'all
is
ran
not all
with
you
it.
said.
What did I say? What did I say?
You went furry.
We will not say what you said on a live podcast, sir.
Thank you.
Just know that it was not what you said.
Yeah, exactly not what you
All
just
right.
said.
I don't king shame.
So, what do you? How did you guys feel about Golden Girls?
Love
love
Golden
it, dude.
Girls.
Love it, man.
It's still a go-to show every now and then when there's nothing to watch.
Anytime I get a chance to watch it, I'm gonna watch it. As a matter of fact, I think there's a Golden Girls channel on not Hulu, Golden Girls channel on Pluto TV right now.
There is, but it's also on Hulu.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Hulu. Yep. Yeah, man. Just again, like what I was saying before, man. All four of them just had a chemistry with each other. Betty White was the dumb one. Rue McClane was the hoochie. B. Arthur was just the savage, and Estelle Getty's just was even more of a savage. It was like, God, like just roasting each other back and forth. Like you would think, I'm sure people watch this, like, is that what they do in retirement homes? These four
Yes.
women, is that how they do? It's like,
Yes.
it's just a bunch of old ass people roasting each other all the time. That's what I do. I mean,
So according to Google, you can stream Golden Girls on Hulu, Prime Video, and Apple TV.
Yeah,
there you go.
So
and Pluto most likely.
I guess.
Yeah, Pluto got everything,
Pluto's got everything, dude.
especially that
And it's
24-hour
free,
anime
so.
show.
Yes, anime
It's
all
free,
day.
but you got to watch
Yep.
fucking ads.
Ads,
Ugh.
yeah.
Yes.
That's why I don't like Crunchyroll.
I'll stick with Funimation.
I don't like Funimation either. You got ads.
But yeah, Golden Girls, top, dude. Definitely deserving of being in the top 3 for this. But moving on, who's got the next one on the list?
That's
I do,
right.
right? Yes.
Yep, that's you.
Resort.
So if y'all don't know that theme song, y'all need to
With
get
my
yourself.
wrist over here.
You big dummy.
Well, you hate on this show, bro? Are you
No, I
hating?
love
No.
it. This is
No.
my number.
Talk about
this
Chip
is my
over
number
there.
2 overall.
No, I'm hating on y'all singing.
Ha! It was not singing. We were just making
Well.
noise.
Yeah, exactly. You were just making noise because that shit was terrible.
You a hater.
You sound like a hater.
No,
Yeah, you got some
Hey,
haterade in you.
hey.
You got some hate in your system.
everybody,
Hey,
leave a
hey.
comment. Leave a comment down below if you think that shit was trash. What they were just doing. Leave a
This
comment
man-
below.
This man is trying to get his haters united. Damn. Going to call him the rally man.
That's right.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, Silky Johnson looking ass over there. But no, number 2 on the list, Sanford and Son.
Yes.
I felt like it definitely ran longer than that.
It was probably because of syndication, but
Yeah,
I definitely felt like it ran longer. It was always on.
always,
Always.
all the time, everywhere, like on 4 different channels for no reason at all. And I loved it.
Yeah,
They were all playing 4 different episodes.
I still watch it on Peacock to this day. I have it saved. Yeah, so I still watch it.
This show from Chip's childhood starred comedian Red Fox as junk dealer Fred Stanford and Damon Wilson as his son Lamont Sanford. And the show was known for its edgy humor, social commentary, and memorable catchphrases. But did you know that the show is based on a British sitcom called Steptoe and Son, which doesn't sound real at all?
But it is. I looked it up.
The show was adapted for American audiences by producer Norman Lear, and it became a huge success, earning Red Fox several Emmy nominations, and also showing how great of a fucking comedian he was, because dude was so hilarious.
Yes, he was. Some of the funniest shit I've ever heard. It was on Sanford and Son. Golly, I remember that one episode. Lamont was having a whole bunch of his friends come over to play some poker.
Yep.
And Sanford is like, all right, I ain't gonna say another word. Good. I'm gonna button my lip. Cool. I'll stay out of your business. Perfect. You're gonna lose your shirt. That was, and then the one episode where he bought the coffins and Fred refused to sleep in the house with the coffins, so he slept out in the truck. And he's like, "Hey, Dad, you asleep?" "No, dummy, I'm checking my eyelids for cracks." Just stupid shit. But
yeah,
but he's just so funny and so good with his delivery. Like he was just,
I know,
the one he could do that.
I remember,
was Red Fox the original stand-up comedian turned TV star?
Would it be him or would it be Richard Pryor?
I think Richard Pryor, wasn't it?
Richard Pryor went to movies though,
but he also had a variety show too.
Yeah. Right? Wouldn't it have been he was on the Carson show. Shit.
Johnny Carson show? Talking about the Johnny Carson show?
Yeah.
Late show with Johnny Carson? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head either. But remember that episode? Sorry. Do you remember the episode where Lamont? It was the third episode where Lamont was supposed to get married, and the girl ends up leaving him, saying no, she ain't gonna marry him or whatever. They get back to the house where they're having the reception or whatever, and Fred and Lamont are the only ones there. Lamont's sitting in the chair, he's all sad and shit. He goes, "Man, why she have to break up with me like that, Pop? For man, why she had to go do that to me?" He goes, "I don't know. Forget about her. She wasn't too bad. She had ugly legs." He's like, "She had beautiful legs, skinny legs. In a few years, the veins are gonna start showing. That girl's leg looked like a tiny salami with a rope wrapped around it." I lost it as soon as he said that. But dude, he just had a way of just delivering the line, and he did it in a time frame where, it was because around the time, you got to think of like the 1970s and stuff. There was all these different sitcoms that were out, but then you get Sanford and Son, and it was something different. You get, like good, like it was in the same time slot as like Good Times and shit. What was the other episode? What was the other sitcom? I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But yeah, it was Good Times and the Jeffersons and all them, and it was so great the way that there was that different dynamic, and it showed people, it's a junk man, and he's making the best of what he has, and it was just hilarious. And I think the first 3 seasons are probably some of the funniest comedy that I've ever seen in any era, especially from that time in the 70s. It was amazing. So yeah,
it was Bob Hope.
Oh, okay, Bob Hope.
Bob Hope.
There we go.
Wasn't he a president or ran for president?
That was Bob Dole.
Oh, whatever.
Bob Hope was a president.
Hey, back then, if he'd have ran, he may have gotten it.
Sir, you laugh, but Reagan was an actor.
Oh, yes, but still, Bob Hope. What did they teach you in school?
Stand-up comedians can become actors and then become presidents.
I don't think Reagan was a stand-up comic, though.
No, he wasn't. He was an action star.
Yeah, he was that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right after him was the good old Lucille Ball.
Yuck.
Oh, Lucy.
I'm not a Lucy fan.
No,
Something
Lucy,
about
you
her.
cannot be in a show.
It's something about her voice, and it may have just been the voice of the character that she portrayed, but it put me off.
Okay.
So
Works
just a personal thing.
I get it, but that was a point of her thing. Was she's supposed to be the annoying wife
Yeah.
kind of like situation thing? But yeah, I get you. It's like how it was when I first watched The Nanny the first time through.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't do
Fran
it.
Drescher.
That nasally voice. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then
that
eventually,
laugh and- yeah.
Nick at Night happened. I was going to sleep, and I would wake up randomly to the fucking Nanny being on, and I just ended up enjoying it.
Yeah.
Um,
I used to go to sleep to Comet View on BET. You'd go to sleep and then you wake up at 3 a.m. You realize what BET Uncut was, but that's a different discussion for different
Hey, it's going down.
It's going down.
Yes. That's a different episode right there altogether.
Yeah.
All right. Before we jump into
BT at
what
night.
before we jump into what we unanimously picked as the number one overall sitcom,
What you guys unanimously picked?
you did too.
It was my number 2.
That's
We know.
right. Shut up.
We know. We know.
Roger, what was your honorable mention?
I jumped around. At first, I was going to say the Wayans brothers, but I actually ended up settling on Keenan and Kel. A little small sitcom on Nickelodeon by 2 young comedians that made their own way, and they were slated to be like the top comedians growing up, and then Nickelodeon did this thing.
Yep, and then they started hating each other, and now they're friends again.
They didn't hate each other. Is that Keenan wanted to do his own solo stuff, which I understand. Like, I mean, there's times in your professional outing where you want to be your own person and do your own thing, and I'll be stuck to a person.
Right.
Absolutely.
Talon, what was your honorable mention?
The George Lopez show. I still think George Lopez is it's a brilliant mind in terms of comedy. He's really hilariously funny. The show showed an interesting dynamic from the standpoint where George comes from a dysfunctional family, meets Angie, who is like this, bubbly, like, the popular girl, like she wasn't supposed to be with this guy or whatever, So and there's that dynamic. There's the teenage dynamic with the daughter. The son has dyslexia. There's a whole bunch of different things going on, and the interaction between George Lopez and I can't remember the woman that plays his mother on the show, but that reaction was always funny to me. I always thought that was a good show. That was another show that I would end up falling asleep to on Nick at Night. It was like
waking up to his big ass head on the screen, jumping on the trampoline.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much.
Yes.
Maybe that's why I relate to him, because my head's big as shit too. But anyway, so Chip, what's your honorable mention?
Mine was the Bernie Mac show.
The legend.
Yeah, I love Bernie Mac. I just listened to an interview with Steve Harvey, and he was talking about the original run of Kings of Comedy and how they toured for 2 years, and he hated every minute of it because Bernie would open, Sid would go in the middle, and then he had to follow both of them in the main event spot. And he was like, do you know how hard it is to follow Bernie Mac? He's just like, let alone Sid the Entertainer, but you have to follow Bernie Mac. He's like, and I asked him every night, hey, y'all want to switch it up? Do y'all want to switch it up? Do y'all want to switch it up? Like, Bernie, we gonna be in your hometown. You hit the main event. Nah, brother, you the main man. And it wasn't until D.L. Hughley joined that they started swapping it around. Steve Harvey became kind of the MC.
Yeah.
And he would introduce them, and they would flip it around from night to night, who was the opener, the middle guy, and the main eventer. So, when you have somebody as funny as Steve Harvey saying it's hard to follow Bernie Mac, it's hard to follow Bernie Mac.
That's the cosign, man.
Um,
Absolutely.
But real quick, Talon, your honorable mention was George Lopez show. Have you seen his new show, Lopez on Lopez?
I have not seen that yet.
You need
no.
to check it out.
What service is it on? Might be on one I don't have, probably.
I think it's on Hulu.
If it's on Hulu, I'll check it out.
Is it Hulu or is it Peacock?
Maybe
If it's
Peacock.
NBC, it might be Peacock. If it's NBC, it's definitely Peacock. I'll check it out. I'll definitely go check it out. Yeah, because I like George Lopez. I think he's a good.
It's Peacock. Lopez versus Lopez.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. I got new material. I got new stuff to watch. So, but all right, moving on to the next one, the last one. We are finally here at the number one spot. What else could it have been? It is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
It could have been other stuff. Just saying.
You lie.
It could have been other stuff.
You lie.
Let me can I do this blurb first? Let me just get through the blurb and then we can debate. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it aired from 1990 to 1996. The show starred rapper Will Smith as a fictionalized version of himself sent to live with his wealthy aunt and uncle in their Bel-Air mansion after getting into some trouble in his hometown, Philadelphia. The show was known for its infectious theme song, probably one of the best theme songs of all time, hilarious jokes, heartwarming moments. Did you know that the show's characters of Carlton Banks, played by Alfonso Ribeiro, was originally written as a nerdy white character? However, after Ribeiro auditioned for the role, the character was rewritten to be more in line with Ribeiro's talents. And what y'all think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man?
I mean,
I think it.
Top 5. Roger says.
Yeah, wasn't my one.
Roger says top 5. I got it 1. I still like it. Hit the marks of everything that makes it a good. I mean, it has its funny moments. It has its roasting moments. It has its life lessons. It has its sad moments. It has its like that one scene, man, where how come you don't want me, man?
It's not how come you don't want me. He turns.
How come he don't want me? Yeah.
Man, I don't care about him. Yeah,
let's screw him.
Screw him. I'm gonna prove it. Uncle Phil, how come he don't want me, man?
And then you see that teardrop come down. You see James Avery embrace him. And I was like, whoo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
Question.
That was a heartwarming. That was a heartache moment right there, man.
Question here. Is Uncle Phil
the greatest sitcom dad?
Yes.
The greatest sitcom dad?
Yes. If it's not Carl Winslow, it's definitely Uncle Phil.
So he's the fourth right here on the Mount Rushmore.
They're right here.
In no particular, I'm not going to give an order.
Oh, I am. I'd have to put him at number 1.
So James Avery, Carl Winslow,
Uncle Phil, Carl Winslow, Dan
Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
What did we say the fourth was?
Cosby.
Heathcliff Huxtable.
Yeah, Heathcliff.
Right. Heathcliff.
Cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Orange Cat. It's not Garfield. Heathcliff.
Yeah, but
Hobbs.
No, I love
Orange Cat. That's not Garfield. Hobbs.
Yes. But no, I love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I still go back and watch it. I will admit that I have not watched the new.
It's a drama, so don't expect it to be funny.
Yeah,
I like it though.
I have not watched it, but I hear nothing but good stuff about it. So I definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, they definitely take a more dramatic and more of a grittier twist with it.
They made it more realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
As realistic as you have a guy from Philly ended up in his uncle's house in Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, but yeah. But who? I mean, a lot of the characters. I mean, because the different personalities that brought all the characters together. Of course, Phil being the strong patriarch of the family. Aunt Viv, who was once played by Janet Hubert, and then it got switched over to Daphne Maxwell Reid.
Did you watch the reunion?
I did. I seen the reunion. Yeah, it was. Yeah, another heartwarming moment. That reunion episode was like every 5 minutes or every 5 seconds was like feels, feelings. You're just like, why am I watching this shit? You know, but no, it was cool because, you know, it's like you've seen how they grew, and it's like the background of all the characters and stuff, and how you watch the first episode where you get the introduction to the characters, and then by the time the last couple of episodes air, it's almost like you see they're the same characters, but they've evolved and grown and learned. You know what I mean? And everything that happened in the middle was just hilarious to me. You know, I definitely think it's one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, in my opinion.
Yep. All right. Well, that's a wrap on our episode about the best sitcoms of all time. We hope you enjoyed reminiscing with us and discovering some new favorites along the way. We've covered a wide range of shows, from heartwarming family comedies to irreverent workplace hijinks and everything in between. Of course, there are so many amazing sitcoms out there that we couldn't possibly cover them all. That's why we want to hear from you. Yes, you. Which sitcoms do you think should have made the list? Which shows have a special place in your heart? Let us know in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going.
Absolutely. We definitely need to keep this conversation going. Let us know some of your favorite sitcoms of all time. Is there one that we missed?
Yes.
And would you consider? Okay, throw one more out there. Which one did we?
We had honorable mentions. Obviously, we missed some.
Okay, obviously missed one. Yeah. But you had mentioned when we originally talked about this, you had said one that I didn't think was a sitcom until you broke it down and explained it to me that it was a sitcom.
Bluey, yes.
Bluey, yeah.
My number one sitcom.
I will admit, Bluey.
It's fucking hilariously great.
Bluey's awesome.
And it teaches life lessons in 8 minutes.
And they're all talking dogs, and it's hilarious. Which
amazing.
Episode made you cry?
The duck cake episode.
Duck cake, yeah.
That one, and hold on, there was the other one, which was
story time got me. I liked story time. That was a real the baby episode where Bluey learned to walk was another one.
That was a good one. What was the other one?
Rug Island. No, that was
yes.
Rug Island was another one too. Yeah.
Yes.
We ought to rank all the Bluey episodes. I know there's like over 150 of them, but you know,
count me out.
Okay, that's fine.
You got to watch it, bro. You got to watch it.
I've never watched it. I don't plan on ever watching it.
That's messed up.
No, I mean my boys don't watch it, so I watch other stuff that they're interested in.
You can watch it by yourself.
Yeah,
I watch it by myself.
That's my comfort show,
other
dude.
Shit to do than to watch Bluey. I apologize.
That's my comfort show, bro. Like I'm feeling down. It's like, all right, unicorns. Here we go.
Yes, my favorite one to watch is the cafe episode.
The cafe episode's a good one too. I like that one though. Hey, asparagus and also hammer bone.
Yes,
that was another good one.
All right. All
right. Yes. Let's wrap it up. Sorry. All right. Thanks you guys
for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time for another episode of Movement Radio. Until then, keep laughing. Enjoy the best that sitcoms have to offer.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here tonight?
As always, check out movementradio.us. That is your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
What you got, Raj?
Go watch Bluey. As always,
yes.
Just subscribe, like, comment. Obviously, let us know what your top comedy your top sitcom is. Which ones we missed out on. Just share your thoughts. We're giving you an open platform to be wrong, so it's fine.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into watching this, man. And shout out to all of our sponsors: GearAnime.com, AudibleTrial.com, Zulily, Canva, W.GG, GetResponse, Elementor, Just Cash Clothing, and Entertainment Earth. Thank you guys so much for the love. All of our friends and family, thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have been giving us. Blessings, man. You know, we've been doing a lot of cool things. You know, we've gotten a lot of good traction lately. Also, shout out to Mark Norwood and the people over at Metrotham Con. We had a great time there. Shout out to everybody who, helped us out along the way. It was a really, really fun con. Really happy that we were part of it. All of our con videos will be up on the YouTube channel very soon, so you guys will get to see what the interviews that we got and the panels that we did. We actually did a wrestling panel on Saturday on day 2 of the con, so you guys can check that out whenever we have it available for you guys. That being said, again, thank you guys for tuning in. Keep laughing. We love you guys. Let's hit them with the outro.
Please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform and right here on YouTube.
Make sure you go check out all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Check out the YouTube channel here. Subscribe. Click that bell to get notified of our latest videos. Streamlabs.com/Movement Radio /merch. Go cop some merch. And also movementradio.us, your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Sierra.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.